unless he is online with Washington. Now, I'm not the type of guy that you can pick up a telephone and command. I don't take that. I didn't take that from Washington. Then, even if I were elected president, I would not take it. I'm not that kind. I'm not a coward. But I do believe that a good working relationship is essential for any president of Liberia, or that president will fail.
I'm filled with a profound sense of gratitude and humility. It has been an honor and a privilege to serve as your president and commander-in-chief for the past 6 years. Together, in 2018, we embarked on a journey to build a united, peaceful, and prosperous Liberia. And I am deeply thankful for the trust and support you have bestowed upon me and my administration during my tenure. As we navigate the complexity of governance, your partnership was instrumental in the development and implementation of policies and programs that aim to bring progress and development to our great nation. Reflecting on the accomplishment of these 6 years, let me tell you that I am proud of what we have achieved together. We have built roads, supported free wires and free tuition at high schools and public universities, stabilized the macroeconomic challenges we face in 2018, built hundreds of pro-poor housing units, and achieved on so many fronts that we are able to list here today. However, I acknowledge that there is always room for improvement, and perhaps more could have been done under different circumstances. Regrettably, some of the long-term projects we initiated did not reach completion during my tenure. I am hopeful that the incoming administration will carry the torch forward and bring these initiatives to fruition for the benefit of all Liberians. Fellow compatriots, rumors and misinformation have played a large part in our politics over the last 6 years. It is my hope we as a country will overcome this challenge over the next 6 years. To begin this, we must start with the facts of the transition. I must report to you that we are leaving behind a better economy than we inherited. Today, President-elect Joseph Nima Bouaka will inherit a stronger economy than I inherited. There is a bigger net international reserve position than was handed me in 2018. I inherited 94,999,000 United States dollars in net international reserves. And I am handing over to the next administration a net international reserve position of 222,700,000 United States dollars. This is 136% increase in the net international reserve position. The total cash balance in the government's consolidated account is United States.
When you elect a clown and you think that he will be a king, what he does is to convert the kingdom into a circus. This is what we must deal with, and this is what we must say. Who do we elect into our public offices? Because, as I've said before, when you allow hyenas to take care of goats, why should you be surprised when the goats are eaten? This is the same. And Africa is only going to realize our potential in all areas when, by dint of choice, we enable and allow our best men and women to serve in different areas. I've heard it being said about Lee Kuan Yew in Singapore. I've heard it being suggested about Mahathir Mohamad in Malaysia. I've heard it being said about Japan. I've heard it being said about other countries, but there was a conscious decision on the part of those individuals and the followership. We always talk about leaders, but we never talk about the followers. The followers must also style up. Africans on average are for some reason attracted to thieves. Africans are for some reason attracted to men and women who cannot serve her. And when they are not served, then they complain. When Africans are told, choose you now whom we shall release, Jesus of Nazareth or Barabbas, they say, release Barabbas. And when Barabbas behaves like Barabbas, they say, why are you not behaving like Christ? It cannot be done.
in May of 2001, signed a second of two executive orders, number 13213, Defense Exhibit D310, in which it was stated, and I quote, "The government of Liberia's complicity in the RUF's illicit trade in diamonds and its other forms of support for the RUF are direct challenges to the United States foreign policy objectives in the region, as well as the rule-based international order that is critical to the peace and prosperity of the United States. Therefore, I find these actions by the government of Liberia contribute to the unusual and extraordinary threat to the foreign policy of the United States described in Executive Order 13194, with respect to which the President declared a national emergency." This executive order did not say the alleged complicity, it concluded the complicity. The conspiracy was born, all systems put into motion, and here I stand today. I never stood a chance. This is the broader contextual matrix that regrettably did not and still has not seen the light of day in these proceedings, despite the gallant efforts by the defense to unearth and reveal the contextual framework behind the charges against me. Now, with the two executive orders, the dogs were let out, so to speak. What followed was a dispatch of the attack pack led by Lieutenant Colonel David Crane, Defense Intelligence, 30 years, prosecutor. He, Crane, unlawfully unsealed the court's sealed indictment to his handlers, senior U.S. government officials at the U.S. Embassy in Freetown, and was never held to account. The rest of the operational team are Colonel Brendan Hollis, Defense Intelligence, CIA, U.S. Air Force, Senior Trial Counsel, and now prosecutor. James C. Johnson, U.S. Army expert, 20 years on conventional and special operations, Chief of Prosecutions for the SCSL. Alan White, 30 years, Defense Intelligence, recalled from retirement to head up investigations at the Special Court of Sierra Leone. Stephen J. Rapp came on board as chief prosecutor for a short time of experience from Capitol Hill, where he served with the U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee sometime before. It came as no surprise to me that as a reward of sorts for Stephen Rapp's diligence in the execution of U.S. foreign policy objectives through these ad hoc tribunals, he was appointed U.S. Ambassador at Large for War Crimes issues. In support of the contextual framework of politics, on February 8, 2006, Lieutenant Colonel David Crane, prosecutor, appeared before a U.S. Congress Subcommittee on Africa, Defense Exhibit D404, and spelled out in clear terms the decision taken in support of regime change in Liberia and what needed to happen to solidify that process. There was little mention, if any, in his testimony about Sierra Leone. And here is what he said. "I posit that 5 years from now, when the international community is challenged by other crises, Taylor in Calabar, under the protection of Nigeria, will make his move. We will wake up one morning and watch on CNN as Taylor rides triumphantly down the main street in Monrovia to the executive mansion, daring all of us to come and get him. Unless he is handed over to the Special Court for Sierra Leone, this scenario is not out of the realm of possibilities." He then asked, "How do we assure Liberia's future?" And he answers that. "Ultimately," he says, "what we do about Taylor in the next several weeks will determine the fate of Liberia and the new administration of its president, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf." Crane then sets out several plans, two of which I'll state here. He said, first, hand Charles Taylor over to the Special Court for Sierra Leone for a fair trial, his kind of trial. This takes him out of the local and regional dynamics that is West Africa. Second, tie any financial and political support to good governance in Liberia. Time does not permit, but the exhibits are present. Not even the Nigerian nation was spared from threats and intimidation, as explained by Femi Kayode, press secretary to President Obasanjo, the Nigerian head of state, who was with him in Washington when President George W. Bush promised, and I quote, to bring Nigeria to its knees if Taylor was not turned over to the Special Court. And what happened? Obasanjo buckled and capitulated. Now, this demonstrates the significant pressure that was brought to bear on President Obasanjo, irrespective of his personal and leadership obligations to the West African sub-region. And therein lies the dilemma for current African heads of state and government, but how to enter into binding commitments and obligations with the African pairs and remain steadfast, resolute, and unyielding in their fidelity to those agreements in the face of such unrelenting and punishing pressure from powerful Western leaders.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your. Come on, come on, come on. I know y'all sleeping now. Y'all gotta wake up small, yeah? Okay, let's go.
Oh yes, fresh from a beautiful holiday. Depending from where you found yourself, from where your celebration began, from how you decided to celebrate or observe the day.
People lie to us.
To some, it was a beautiful moment. To others, it was a terrible moment.
We tire with the promises.
Whatever the moment was, let me say happy belated Independence Day to all of you. You know, our independence is not a one-day event. We normally experience or observe a thread of events.
That's why we voted you. But you fool us.
So welcome.
Abuse us so. Why? They've always
Let me say a very, very pleasant good evening to all of you across the country. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to those of you in the diaspora. Our friends, our fans, our followers, our critics, and even those of you who do not like the things we say and the way we say them. It's good to have all of you joining us tonight on the show.
the government betray us. They get lies against the
Richard Amwa said,
no one.
politics. It seems to me for years,
Hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother.
or for long,
Rose.
has been concerned with right or left
The people tired with their rhetoric. The people
instead of right or wrong.
government betray. They have enough, but
Yes, let me say that again.
people suffer. No war, but
I'm quoting Richard Amwa. He says, politics,
your vision and your
it seems to me for years
oh.
or to all too long,
So why? The government should lie. Why?
has been concerned with right or left instead of right or wrong. Left or right, do you know what that means?
The government betray us.
We say you on. Politics is about side. The CDC versus Unity Party. It's not about governance. What is right? What is wrong in our country?
The people
In his mind, politics is supposed to address the right and wrong issues in our country. You upgrade the right things, you improve on the right things, and you fix or correct the wrongs. You call that governance, leadership, responsibility.
we tired with the promises that left us to allow the damages. We tired with that.
But in most places, especially here in our country, we see politics as a game of right versus left. We say on Mamenda Messiah, I don't see anything wrong with Joe Barker's government. I don't see anything wrong with the UP government because it is my political party. When the CDC comes to power, we do the same thing. ANC the same thing. Liberty Party the same thing.
Why?
So Richard Amwa is saying to us
Watch one now.
that politics is supposed to be a thing about right or wrong, not right or left.
The government betray us.
A lot to talk about. Just a lot to talk about. Welcome, folks. Welcome to Freedom Hard Talk. This is Freedom FM. This is 87.9. My name is Austin Kawa. So yes, as always, too many things to talk about. This is the only political fellowship on radio at about this time. It's time we preach the good and evil. It's about time we tell you what's good, what's wrong. Minister Kafam's admittance. Or his credit to the CDC for making some passes in the Medina Challenge Corporation or Compact is trending on social media after his press conference today. And it's also on our menu for tonight's edition of the show. President Bouakar's admittance to hardship in the country is also trending on social media. And it's also on our menu for tonight. Oh, just coming in before hitting the microphone. The LRA has issued a circular to all those doing business with the LRA. The government has officially announced increment in the exchange rate. Retire with the promises. Through the Central Bank of Liberia, the exchange rate has been increased officially by the government. We have the circular. We're going to read for you what it says. And just in the same vein, the president has also, just as the US or the exchange rate is increasing by the day, President Bouakar has admitted to hardship. Even the president himself now believes that the country is hard. And that the Ministry of Commerce or the LRA or the MPA people, they all cannot solve the problems after 1 year, 6 months. And so he has appointed his vice president to chair a high-level presidential committee to investigate and come up with a solution within 45 days. If this isn't failure or weakness, then what do you think it is? Yes, we have our own views on these different nations. Those are takeaways from the Independence Day celebration. The orator was very key on some pressing issues as well in our country. We have TV videos we're going to play, which will set the basis for our main discussion here tonight on the show. Nothing to show. Nothing. So why? Very shortly, we take a break from our sponsor and partner, Crime Stopper Liberia and Win Liberia. When we come back, we welcome all of you who've joined us tonight on the show via our Facebook page, and then we'll move into our discussion. We're paying money tonight, but you have to be qualified to play to win our money. And to be qualified to play, you must have $50 Liberian on your mobile money account, or its equivalent in USD, which is 25 cents. Once you have that, just dial *255*1# if you are using Android phone. If you're using the smartphone, you dial *255*1#. If you are using the button phone, you dial *255*1# and follow the instruction. Just two options will appear before you after you dial *255*1#. Option number 1 will be asking you whether you want to play in US dollars, and option number 2 will be asking you whether you want to play in Liberian dollars. So whichever option you select, you will send and enter your mobile money password. The people say the more you play, the better your chances are to win. Tonight we must give a winner, at least a winner tonight, $4,000 or $5,000, depending on the threshold. So we take a break from our sponsor, Crime Stopper Liberia. Happy birthday to all of you celebrating your birthday today, and those of you who celebrated on yesterday on the 26th, and of those who will be celebrating. This break from our sponsors, and then we'll come back.
Win big today with Win Liberia on Freedom FM. Yes, for just $100 Liberian dollars or 50 cent United States dollars, you can win from 4,000 Liberian dollars up to 10,000 Liberian dollars. And for $200 Liberian dollars or $1 United States dollar on Japa days, you can win from 15,000 Liberian dollars, 50,000 Liberian dollars, 100,000 Liberian dollars, and up to 1 million Liberian dollars. For these amazing prizes, dial *255*1#. Again, dial *255*1#. The more you play, the better your chances. It's Win Liberia Cash Giveaway on Freedom FM.
It's about musical. There are crimes in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't tell law in your hand, call the real authority. Tell it can't take your law. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see you must take it, and you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Okay, thank you, Crime Stopper Liberia. Win Liberia, all of you who are partnering with us, we appreciate and we encourage more partnerships here on the show. You have your businesses or you're providing some professional or technical services. Your friend and you want to partner with us, you want to associate with us, you want to affiliate with us. We have these spaces available to do business with you. This is a commercial radio station, and so we are open to business, we are open to partnership, and we encourage all of you who listen to us to come and do business with us. It's very important. That's how we keep the station running and keep informing you, because it gives us more financial strength and capacity to investigate. Okay? It gives us more confidence, more vigor, more zest, more energy. It motivates us, and it increases our bravery and our independence and our morale and our strength to keep engaging. So that's why it's important you come here to do business with us. Let's welcome all of you who are joining us tonight on the show, from wherever you're joining us. Okay. So a lot of you have joined us tonight. Let's hope we can be able to exhaust everything, all of you. Sidiki Traore, J. Augustus Help, Dauda Jabate, Sekou Trawali, Juji Wonwe, Ruben Kane, Mohamed Balo, Ibrahim Addison, Tommy Johnson, Justice Gadi has also joined us tonight. William Masakoe is joining us tonight. Henry To is also joining us. Sewondo, Mary Tule, Eloshus Woolley. All of you have joined us tonight. Welcome to the show. It's good to have all of you joining us. Yes, don't worry. We'll offer the apology. Sometimes we'll offer the apology. Don't worry. So so we're here tonight. A lot of things are happening around in many places. I came across something interesting today, and I thought to share with you, our audience. Interesting thing. So I came across this post today from Mobawo Koti. And it says American wrestler John Cena. Those of us who follow wrestling will know who we're talking about. John Cena had his ex-girlfriend, Nikki Bella, sign a 75-page. I love it because most of my men we enjoy the news. So American wrestler John Cena had his girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend Nikki Bella, signed a 75-page cohabitation contract before allowing her to move in his mansion. I'll be cohabitating, but you gotta sign this document. So they call it a cohabitation contract. She signed it before the man allowed to move into his house. This is some of the terms. There are 3 main terms in the contract that I'm attracted to that like motivated me to read it. So the first term in the contract that attracted me is one, the man, Nikki Bella, was considered a guest. Nikki Bella. In the contract she signed, she was considered a guest and had to move out within 40 hours immediately after they broke up. So I saw you break up today within 48 hours. Within 40 hours, sorry, that's less than 2 days, right? Because you still got the man say you don't even spending 2 days here within 40 hours. Less than 2 days. You have to be out of the house. You have to leave the house. That's the first thing. The second thing that attracted me was, in the case of a breakup, John Cena would not give Nikki Bella any money, and she will only leave with what she came with. The thing you brought in my house when you're leaving, only you carry. So when we break up, or in case we break up, you carry only what you brought in. The third thing was, and this is interesting, John Cena could cheat if Nikki Bella made him angry. But if she cheated, the relationship will be void or over. Oh, so these are I thought I'd share this, and I shared this with a couple of males and females today. And you want to guess the reactions? When the females read it, they will say the reaction will be, look at bad luggage. I mean, who will accept that other one? Someone will say, look at she reacts stupid. When the male friends when the males or the guys read it, they say, yeah, the guy is smart. They got man, they may represent us well. So let's go. The BBC is reporting something interesting. Sad but interesting. Sad but interesting. Yes, it's sad because people lost their lives, but it's an interesting piece of what happened after. And I think it's important. Abduction in Nigeria is so So this is what the BBC is reporting. Nigeria kidnappers killed 35 hostages. Yeah, stop calling me. Even after ransom paid, they will adopt the people and hold them into hostage and demand a ransom. And if you're lucky, the money comes, and then they release you. Kidnappers in Nigeria have killed at least 35 people they abducted. 35 people they abducted from a village in Northern Zamfara State, despite ransoms being paid for their release. A local official told the BBC, in recent years, criminal gangs in the region known in the country as bandits have taken to kidnapping people as a means to raise money. In this incident, 56 people were taken from Banga village, Karan Namoda local government area in March. The gunmen then demanded a ransom of 1 million naira. That's 655. That's $655 or 485 euros per captive each person. Media in Nigeria report local government chairman Maniru Hadara Kawa said that most of those killed were young people who were slaughtered like rams. What happened? This is in quotation. What happened was that the bandits demanded ransom money, and after some back and forth, they were given what they asked for. They then released 18 people, including 17 women and 1 young boy, on Saturday. Hadara added, only the gunmen know why they killed them. They are senseless and heartless people. They forget that they are killing their own brothers, and we will all meet before Allah. 16 of those released on Saturday are in the hospital receiving treatment, while the bodies of the 38 killed by the bandits are unlikely to be returned, as in 3 cases, corpses are already released. As in these cases, corpses are already released. In an attempt to curb the spreading and lucrative kidnapping industry, a law was enacted in 2022 making it a crime to make ransom payments. It carries a jail sentence of at least 15 years. However, no one has ever been arrested on those charges. It also made adoption punishable by death in cases where victims died. But families often feel forced to pay to save their loved ones, citing the government's inability to ensure their safety. So this is it happening right in Nigeria. Yeah. So these are passing, you adopt them. So after they are adopted, go keep them maybe in one house, in one apartment, depending on where you want to put them. Telephone set, telephone stuff, everything, keep them online, connected, and then people will start calling, looking for them, and they will tell you, don't show them where you are. The guy comes to you, tell them this. The guys will demand ransom money. So in this case, they were demanding about $655 US per person. And according to the BBC, the monies were paid. And after the monies were paid, they still went ahead to execute, to murder 38 persons of the 58 persons that were yes. They still went ahead to execute 38 persons, 35 persons. After they received the money, then they said they will kill 35. Again, the So plenty of things happen on the weekend, right? So let's talk small. This cash giveaway thing. We said the cash giveaway code is star. If you are using button phone, please take note because I want to run into my discussion. So I expect that when I'm talking, you'll be playing because when I rest, my resting time will be to give you money. So the short code to play if you're using button phone is *255*1#. That is if you are using button phone. *255*1#. And follow the instructions. 1, 2. If you are using smartphone to play, you will dial *255*1# and follow the instruction. You only need 50 Liberian dollars on your mobile money account to be qualified to play. And also, all is equivalent in US is 25 cents. Now, when you have like 200 in your phone, it's an advantage because it will qualify you to play like 4 times. If you have like $1 US in your phone, it's an advantage, an added advantage because it will qualify you to play 4 times or more times. So that's the added advantage. When you have more money on your phone and you play many times, it gives you an added advantage. So *255*1# for those of you using button phone, and then you follow the instruction. *255*1# for those of you using smartphone to play the cash giveaway. So yes, I think we can move on to our discussion. Let's listen to President Barack after this video. Let's listen to. Okay, let's listen to the president. Yeah, what he had to say. But before we listen to the president, I want to read for you this circular from the LRA. I promised to do that before I forgot. Okay, I didn't put it. So this is under the caption LRA Exchange Rate Republic of Liberia, July 28, 2025. Important Government of Liberia notice. Attention, all taxpayers, including myself, all taxpayers. The Liberia Revenue Authority, LRA, announces to all taxpayers and the general public an adjustment in the exchange rate based on the indicative exchange rate published by the Central Bank of Liberia as of July 25, 2025. Rate tab, the buying rate. If you buy, if those of you who do money exchange business, if you go to buy, it will say to you 100. They will sell you $199. $199.86 for $1 So if you go buy $1, if you go and buy $1, you will pay $199.86 in LD. So if I go to Central Bank today, I say I want $, I will pay $199.86 in Liberian dollars. Then they give me $1. When I go to sell, meaning I go and put my boot down to exchange money, to change money. When you bring your US to me, when you bring $1 US to me to change, the Central Bank say the menu changing your money should give you $202.19. That's what the Central Bank is saying. So let me say that again. When you go to Central Bank to buy US dollars, those of you doing money exchange business, or those of you into shipping and all of that, when you go to buy the US dollars, you will pay $199.86. Then they give you $1. When you go to change the money, put it in your boot, you say that Change your money, change your money, change your money, change your money. Buy a scratcher, buy a scratcher, buy an orange car, buy a Lone Star car. Change your money, change your money. Win Liberia thing. Yeah. When you go do it, they say every time you go to change your money, nobody should give you 200 Liberian dollar for $1. The government said no. The government said anywhere you go change your money, the person must give you $202 with 19 cents over it. Then you give them $1. So you go change your money, say that you calculate. Say, okay, my $1 at $202 and 19 cents over it for your $1. This means, say, according pursuant to section 6C, blah, 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 of the Liberia Revenue Code, the current exchange rate for all revenue transactions requiring conversion as of July 29, 2025, beginning tomorrow. Beginning tomorrow. So it starts tomorrow. So tomorrow when you go to change your money, $1, now $202.19 the money teacher should give you. When you go to central bank for money, to buy money, you will give central bank $199.86 LD. The central bank will give you $1. This rate may further change pursuant to the indicative exchange rate published by the central bank on its website in the local dailies. All concerned are therefore advised to take cognizance and act appropriately to in accordance with this announcement. James Double Jala, Commissioner General, CEO, signed this circular. So that's it. Debate another debate close. Another debate close. No exchange rate debate in the government. Because before when you report and say, oh, the exchange rate in dollar $1.99. My UP man can say, my man, y'all ain't get sense. Oh, my man, y'all pass it, ain't get sense. Oh, you joined the list. Oh, if you don't have a radio Kigali. That's what they used to say. That's what they call us, right? Today, after calling us Radio Kigali, calling us John the List, calling CDC people, didn't get sense, they dull, they stupid, and everything. Today, just after independence, the government has given us enough gifts. I'm about to list the independent gifts that the government has given you with admittance. The government has given you a gift. The first gift is that they have announced the increase in the exchange rate. So everything they were discrediting and discouraging and criticizing and disagreeing with, you see, that phrase, we agree, is suit the Unity Party. They are not agreeing with everything now. Oh, the US were claiming. Oh, y'all move here, man. The next day, we agree. They were claiming. Oh, the country, the people suffering. Oh, y'all move here, man. Who's suffering? Who's suffering? The next day, the president second I say the country, The people were just protesting. Liberians just gathered to protest against hardship, against the poor performance of the economy. The government people were defending and justifying and criticizing the people who were protesters who came out and those who supported the protest and calling them names. Oh, the country blah blah blah. Wakakan outside the country we gotta do something. So you see, look, every time we come over there, we say, my people, for us, we're not here. I don't hate Joe Baka. I will never hate Joe Baka. What I hate and will always hate and do not like and will always don't like is the fact that when you see people, kids in the street, selling cold water, selling juices, selling popcorn, selling plenty chips, fry plenty, in the street, doing lunchtime, you driving on the boulevard side or to going across, who do you see there? You see underage people selling to survive. Plenty chips that people that you were paying $50 for before, it is now being sold for $100 Liberian dollars. 100% increment. And we always say to you, look, when the country is hot, and I said they're doing the campaign, doing the protest, the mobilization for the protest. I was on this radio. You know what? They didn't work on the protest day and I took break. Look, I'm not going to give myself heart or headache for arrogant people. Since the protest, I didn't do radio. We mobilized for the protest. I took my break on the protest day. I got relaxed. I get one drink. I sit down on my phone, do my different thing. My little hustle, I gave my little corner. What they say that Jeremiah could give me. That thing made me laugh. I got to do my way in the day. In the night, I can't do my radio. That government job. Yeah. So, because Liberians are so difficult to deal with, or some Liberians are so difficult to deal with, you see the right things and you talk about them and you are called names. Look around you, what do you see? Most of the complaints you hear are about hardship. We are suffering. No job, no food, prices high. Today, commercial drivers in the country protested for the third time. Today, commercial drivers protested for the third time at ELWA Junction. The other day, it was in Douala. For over 7 days now, Transport Ministry employees are protesting for fear of losing their jobs. 3-4 months ago, we were sitting behind DC microphones alarming about the high exchange rates. And they thought it was a joke. Today, the government issuing a circular agreeing with us now. If they had agreed with us 2-3 months ago, who knows? They would have, or they may have, at least constituted the committee that Baka is constituting today to address it yesterday. The problem has failed before you. Then you can't agree with us. Then you want us to pray, to join you to pray on Wednesday for the mess you created that we alarm. Since Mr. Baka assumed power, before assuming power, we've been raising these alarms. There is nothing new that Mr. Baka is doing that we didn't talk about. You list them. There is nothing new that the orator expressed in his oration that we have not spoken about. So who is the enemy here? Who is the opposition here? The government here increasing, announcing, they themselves announcing. I've received text messages and calls from Keke riders about harassment, police harassment. Yes. And you want to ask what I've done? Because my sister can say, oh, Greg, come on, my friend. We get it. We forward these concerns to these people. But let me tell you something. The problems in the country, the problems are complicated. And we said these things during campaign. And we told you that Mr. Baka was too old. He was not mentally strong to contain Liberia's compounded problems. So we needed a fresh brain and with energy. Where energy has at least to withstand the pressure and the tension. People thought it was all about George Weah. But no, it was about a country that all of us should love. Where are we today? 4-5 months ago, exchange US rate 195. Boom to 198. Because CC left it at 195. The campaign. Yes. CBR rate was 193. The selling rate was between 194 and 195. Braga inauguration, after it started climbing to 197, 198, we were talking about these things. It required attention. Nobody gave it attention because everybody was considered journalists and stupid people. Where are we today? The exchange rate has defeated the government, has pushed the government into camera and say, that's just made it official. We can't control it anymore. We can't suppress it. Let's accept it and make it official. The official market rate today, transaction rate in the country now, the government says at 202. Go back to 2018, 2019. I always remind people, President Salif and Amara Kone, both during the Ebola period. President Salif and Amara Kone said, Amara Kone used to be the finance minister then. President Salif and Amara Kone said in 2014 that Liberia would have returned to pre-Ebola era in 2023. That was the projection for the country. Economic growth. Economic recovery, sorry. Liberia's economic recovery period was set between 2014 and 2016. 14, 15, 16. Sorry, 2023, rather. So from 2014 to 2024, that's 10-year period. So it means Liberia had 9 years to return to where Liberia was in 2013 and 2012 and all of that. That was the projection by the government, officially announced by President Salif and Amara Kone in 2014 as a result of the Ebola scourge on our country. I still remember that. They said our country, the way our country was looking in 2013, they said the inflation rate we had that was low in 2013. They said our GDP that was in 2013. They said Liberia will have returned to that period in 2023 as a result of the damage, the shocks that were caused by the Ebola virus in our country. It broke down our economy and created a mess for our country. And they projected a 9-year period for economic recovery. That's what they say. The damage that Ebola caused in this country, for Liberia to return to pre-Ebola era, we call 9 years. The 9 years that they projected ended in 2023. But guess what? With all the projection, under the government, there were recovery reported by the World Bank, the IMF, African Development Bank, including the Central Bank of Liberia. That performance of the government on the economy in the face of COVID-19 today, the government of Liberia under UP is still riding on the performance of the George Weah. Economic performance of George Weah. In the face of that, we still see a 12% plus increment in the prices of basic commodities on the Liberian market. And this 12% increment we're talking about, we didn't start talking it today or yesterday. Today. We started talking it yesterday, weeks, months ago. Look, I will say in some of our chat rooms, and I will say it tonight. And I think I have said this on the radio. Nobody in the world has the capacity to intellectualize poverty, struggling people. You can't intellectualize hardship. It's not possible. No intellectual in the world can intellectualize hardship. People are suffering. People go to bed hungry, and you want to intellectualize hardship, and you think it's going to work? You can have the best propaganda frame in the country, along with the best lecturers in the country, and bring Harvard University in Liberia and say you're going to intellectualize hardship. When they come, send them West Point. Let them go tell the people in West Point, say everything is okay. Send them in the marketplaces. When Spoon FM and DTV online started, how you call it, DN News people started doing random view sampling in the marketplaces. My UP friends were calling a CDC sponsor a pool. First, it was DN News. And then Spoon went there. And all of a sudden, my man, we need to go to the market. I said, Oliver, we are not taking Freedom TV to any marketplace. I told him, I said, bro, I don't suggest that we take Freedom TV to any marketplace. Let's allow the people to see to interact with the media people that supported Joseph Boakai. When Spoon went to the different places randomly, Spoon went to the different marketplaces. That was, I think, 2 or 3 months ago. The people were complaining on the same things. Nobody coming to the market to buy. The exchange rate, year rate high. Those of us who are business students, there are certain things we hear. There are certain indicators we look for in the market. Because those are indicators that are supposed to inform you, the leader or the governors, that things are not right. When you start hearing the consumers complaining that things prices are high, that is an indicator that the economy is not working for the people. Because if your economy is working for the people, it means monies are going in the pockets of the consumers, the people. The second indicators we look for is the sellers, especially the end of the production chain. The end of the production chain is the retailers. When the retailers are complaining that nobody is buying, somebody say you going economical than that. So the end of the production chain becomes the retailers. From the production people from the manufacturer to the distributor or the supplier, and then the retailers. So from that production side to the retailers, when the retailers are complaining that nobody is buying or people are not buying, the two things we look for. Nobody buying? Why nobody buying? Is it that the goods are not good? Is it that the product is bad? That's why people are not buying? You establish that the products are not bad. They are good, but nobody buying. It means purchasing power has dropped. That's the second thing, calculation or analysis anybody, a business student or an economist will consider. People are not buying. Why? Maybe two reasons. But these are the bigger players, the forces in the market that are only price and so on. So they may say people are not buying. We go read people are not buying sugar. People are not buying pepper. People are not buying this. Nobody say have the money are buying in the market. Nobody not buy. You need dollar. You go to Duporo. Send the money buying in the market. People not even coming to buy. You go to read it. Send the money with buying people in buy. That's random. And the problems are corresponding. Why are people not buying? How long? What you selling sugar? How long you been selling sugar for? For the last 5 years, I've been selling sugar. Yeah. You sure your sugar good? Yeah. My sugar good. They have been buying my sugar from Fuani brother. That is simple as they buying my sugar. Then the expiration date, everything. Open the sugar. The sugar is not liquid. It's not solid. Nothing is flow away. So, but what people not buying? The price. How much you used to sell sugar for? We used to sell the sugar for $40 for cup. Now we sell it for $80. Hey, people are not buying because they don't have money. People are not buying because they don't have money. The price of the sugar increase. It means buyers. The buyers will drop. More people will not come buy from you because the price increase. The higher the price, the lower the quantity demanded for. The lower the price, the higher the quantity demanded. The higher the quantity. So when the price drops, more people come to buy. When the price goes up, more people refuse to buy. Supply and demand. The law of supply and demand. Now, okay, let's not go too much into it, right? So the point I'm trying to make here is that monies are not in the pockets of people as it was in the pocket of people before. That's why people were buying. Now, people are not buying. The goods are available. The services are available, but people are not buying. And they're not buying because they don't have money. When you go to the consumers telling you, I'm still making, I voted for these people because they promised to return Liberia or restore our money that were allegedly stolen or caught or deducted by the CDC government. These people came, they've not restore our money. Then the prices for the things, for the basic goods and services have gone up. What do? It means if I was buying 1 cup of sugar before, I will start buying by the summer come, I will start buying the plastic, the tire plastic, the one you tie in the plastic. So if that person was going to Mamusu every day, stop to Mamusu to buy 1 cup of sugar that will carry the home for 1 week or 2 weeks, the person ain't going to Mamusu again to buy 1 cup of sugar. The person going to the gyro shop to buy the $200 sugar because that's what the person can afford. Look, yes, you need people who will school in these areas to explain to understand these details, but the ordinary people do not care about these details. They want money to buy. The consumer want money to buy, and the market people want more people to go there and buy from them. But the country broke now, no money in the people's pocket now. The economy is struggling, it's stagnated. Our people were intellectualizing on one class. They put us in one room, in one class, and they started intellectualizing the people's hardship. Look, the warnings were on the walls. The alarms were raised by us, the considered critical voices. But because of arrogance and ineptitude, in some cases, what did they choose to do? To ignore the warnings. The red sounds, the red flags were raised. They ignore them. Today, what do we have today? A mess. A mess, a complete mess, a total mess. Under 2 years. We have a whole system that has been broken by Joe Boaga under 2 years. That he cannot fix. He gave Boaga 1 year, 6 months. He can fix this problem in 1 year. Because the model of leadership or governance that Boaga is doing is risky. But they're still not listening. Trust me, you people will not listen. They will not listen. But we see these things for Liberians. Because of Liberians. Look, I always say this. It is because of Liberians that we are on this way to me. That's what I'm here for. I was saying, if I just see these people on the side, you people on the side, I finish different radio, I go sit down and do different things. Our leaders are stubborn. Our leaders are hard-headed. They don't listen. They don't listen. 1 year, 6 months in your regime, you are officially announcing that we have increased the exchange rate. People come and start chasing the US dollar because they want more. They want more LD. LD they very hard, so I want to go check my file. I want to go check my file because I will get more LD. Rendering our domestic currency useless. Because in the economy, every time the exchange rate increases, it reduces the strength of your domestic currency. When we are useless. When we are useless. And those who are going to buy now imagine some people who traded in US, the retailers especially, they have to go change their money now. So my finish buying, they bought like goods, everything at a lower rate. And they go in and sold at an affordable price. They got that money, that principal, and that profit. Now they have to go and buy. You have to go to central bank now. Maybe you go and ship or import. You have to go to central bank to buy US. When you go to US, when you bought you bought US, now the one that they States before and imported your goods. Now you have to go back and trade it at a lower cost on your goods because the exchange rate was low. Finish trading at a lower cost or lower price on your goods, you have to go back and buy US to ship new goods in the country at a higher price. It means you'll be spending more than what you spent before. What does that say to you? It says to you that if all of those who buy US tomorrow to ship, beginning tomorrow, everybody who will be importing goods in the country, ordering goods in the country, when those goods come, the price will go up. So the people down Wallace, if they were buying these slippers from China before for $10, maybe they can start buying it for $11 or $12. All of you girls, AMU, UMU people then. The clothes and then if they are shipping, because you're paying taxes on your importation. Those who are shipping their goods through the air or by the sea and all of that, it means they're about to pay more money. It means taxes has increased. The taxes have increased. That's what it means. In short, that's why LRA telling you we have increased. Because if you expecting to pay $2 and you don't want to pay, you don't want to pay in US and you have LD, it means if you are expecting to pay $400 for your goods to clear your goods, you will now be paying $420 or $400, almost $30 to clear your goods. When you bring that goods tomorrow from the airport, you're going to add $30 on the goods. When you take it to the retailer or to the market, what do you think? The retailers will have to add that on the profit. If you clear the goods and go to sell directly in your store or your shop, you add $30 on it. So that person coming to buy that slipper for $200, now that person will have to buy that slipper for $230. Now, where does the breading go? The breading does not go to the importer. The breading does not go to the business people. The breading does not go to, it goes to the end user. Every time a price is increased in the country, or tariff is increased, or GST is increased, or service charge is increased, or taxes are increased in the country, every time there is an increment, directly or indirectly, from the government end, the end users are the ones who feel the pinch. They bear the breading because they may impose the goods. He's not going to sell at a lower cost. He's going to increase the price. When the goods go to the market, the consumers, which we call the end users, who go in buy the slipper, buy the rice, buy the oil, buy the pepper, the prices are going to increase and you are going to bear the breading. Because all the $30, $20, and $50, and then they will put it on the price and sell it to you. The option will be left for you whether to buy or not. So it means that you are buying copper rare for $100 now, you start buying for $110 or $130. So if you're buying 4 cup of rice every day, and because the price has increased, you can't buy 4 cup again. What do? You either switch from rice to a cheaper one. During the war, we used to want no rice. We used to face the corn meal. They call me, you face a general rice and face it with beans or pepper and oil and all of kind of things because there's no, we couldn't afford rice. Opportunity cost. So if you can't afford rice now, I mean people come and start buying the kumawi and face it doing their returning to the war days, facing the kumawi, the rice and put pepper in it, oil or something, and eat it. Or you choose to buy 3 cups of rice or 2 cups instead of the 4 cups you were buying before. You have to reduce the quantity because the price has increased. Before, burger wheat used to be an alternative to rice in Liberia, but now the burger wheat is even more expensive than the rice. So the ordinary people cannot use burger wheat as an alternative to rice because rice is cheaper than the burger wheat now on the market. So I can't even say, but you have to switch to burger wheat. But I remember when we were much smaller, burger wheat was cheaper than rice. So people who could not afford rice, they will buy burger wheat. You go to buy rice at $30 per cup then, and burger will be $15. So if I'm buying 2 cups of rice and burger wheat is $15, why can't I buy 4 cups of burger wheat? So now we can see it. So what is the alternative to rice on the market? People will start looking for cassava. Even the cassava and plenty, they say even more expensive than the rice. I think rice is the cheapest consumable on the Liberian market now as we speak. The retail price. The retail price. When you go to buy cassava, you see 1 pound of cassava, they tell you $100, $150, $70. It's the least. And the cassava, you gotta go buy different things to face it. And go. So look, the country is hard, and the government does not have any solution. The government is not providing any solution. But let's transition to something that Mr. Bwaka did to solve this exchange rating, so it doesn't take all of our time. The vice president posted. This is the president.
Transportation costs are too high.
This is not you.
The prices of flour, sugar, and other essential goods continue to be a burden. Building materials are still expensive,
The president stopped talking.
making it hard for ordinary Liberians to construct houses and businesses. This contradiction, where import costs have fallen, yet market prices remain high, requires urgent attention.
We said it before.
Therefore, I am establishing a high-level presidential ad hoc committee to investigate these disparities and recommend practical solutions for our immediate help. The commission and the committee will be chaired by someone I trust dearly, a dedicated public servant, and an experienced businessman, the Vice President Jeremiah Pankun.
What kind of business Jeremiah Kun was doing here?
The committee will work swiftly and submit a comprehensive report within 45 days with clear recommendations to restore fairness and stability in our market system. While our country and our economy is making steady progress, our domestic revenue remains limited, and many families continue to feel the weight of high prices. Transportation costs are too high. The prices of flour, sugar, and other essential goods continue to be a burden.
Now, you see, I will save that other part for tomorrow. There's a portion where he said why our economy is making steady progress. Why our economy is making steady progress. That's a whole conversation all by itself that we need to have. Is our economy making steady progress? In which context did President Bwaka speak? What does he consider steady progress? Should steady progress as used by President Bwaka be restricted to his context or to a standard process? Sorry. Hey, People just take all kinds of phrases and coin them and place them in leaders of president's speeches, and they go to the podium and read them. For you to even reference steady progress, that has to be backed by empirical economic data that have to be collected by sound and experienced economists and policy analysts. No one just wakes up and just put anything in the president's speech and say Liberia is making steady progress. You're making steady progress in your year and discrediting all the government infrastructures that are responsible to stabilize price and align them with your different revenues and revenue rates. Are you talking about steady progress? Now, President Banga said the prices of basic commodities, he heard him announcing them and he named them, everything, transportation, all the kinds of stuff. We don't need to spend time on it again because the president has already admitted. The president has admitted to us. So if the public should be celebrating anybody, y'all should be calling a major program, national program on SKD to certificate us. To honor us. Because everything that we have said in our advocacy on this radio and off the radio, everything is coming to reality, is becoming a reality to you today, that the president himself is admitting. He's admitting. You have a buffoon at the Ministry of Commerce. For the president to reach this point of constituting a high-level presidential committee to investigate. What are we going to investigate? Gafwan is sitting at the table and you're going to investigate? What are we talking here? Gafwan is sitting at the table. Gafwan has a seat at the table and the president is constituting a committee to go and investigate why our prices are not aligned with the different economic growth ratios that you guys are talking about. So it doesn't make sense. Jeremiah Kun, what the president has appointed Jeremiah Kun to, that's not an error. He doesn't understand that. The president is not just about business, buying car and selling car, importing clothes and selling clothes. No. That's Jeremiah Kun error. He doesn't understand what you're appointing him to do. This is a purely economic issue that Mr. Blanca has to call his economic management team to the table and have a technical conversation with them. I trust all of them. They understand the issues. They already know the issues. We don't need 45 days for people to go and sit down and come back with the same issues. Sekou Douglas said he just renegotiated contracts at the port. Those contracts are part of the issues why things prices are high, Mr. President. Liberia has one of the highest import tariffs in the sub-region. Go and check it. How many years? This is not Joe Baga's problem. Don't get me wrong. This is an HO problem. We have said this repeatedly. People take the goods from other places and ship to Abidjan, ship to Togo, and use the road to come because tariffs are high. Any business person wants to pay low cost for transportation. Our import duties are high. They're complicated. You go to small different charges that we've suggested before. Why can we synchronize our different charges, put them in one figure, above figure, and go? In other countries like Togo has duty free. Togo has duty free. So you import to Togo, you pay no duty. In Liberia, the biggest companies that have the financial capacity to pay revenues to our country, they are the ones who are giving duty free. B Mountain duty free. The other one duty free. The other one duty free. We gave Western Cluster them. We gave all of them duty free privileges. When they should be paying duty to our country, they are not paying duty. We gave them duty free. Besides that, those companies are supposed to be purchasing from Liberian-owned companies and businesses. We have a cement factory in the country. I think I'm told 1 or 2 cement factories in the country, and we have other cement importers in the country. Do you know what it is for when Simeco start producing more cement because of what is being purchased from Itasti and from B Mountain and from Western Cluster? It means Simeco will produce more, and when Simeco is producing more, there will be more buyer because they will have to drop their production cost. They have to drop their price. Or the other cement company, which I don't know. Or the importers. But our tariffs are high. Mr. President, you don't need for the 5 days for Jeremiah to go sit down with the same people to come up with this. They are aware that we have high tariffs, import duty, our tariffs are high in this country. They are aware. They are aware that companies that are supposed to be paying taxes, they are not paying taxes because they will allow them to self-declare. We say we give them concession agreements, and we say the only way they will pay taxes when they make profits. These bigger companies in the country, they come to you every day. We don't have any system to monitor their transactions. So they come, they honor declare. Or they say, we don't make profit. It means, oh yeah, year in, year out, they pay you nothing in taxes because they say they did not make profit. We need a system at LRA. If it will require us to put money in LRA to build a sophisticated, a sophisticated monitoring system to have all these different concessionaires, it will help us. We say we can't do it. So the people go, they honor declare, or they say, today, this year will not make profit. Okay, y'all go. Second year will not make profit. Then we say you pay 3%. So you pay 3% of what you get. Or what you extract from our country or export from our country. They take that product, they go, they clean that product, do everything they can. They say, the total product are 70 million and we'll give you 3%. So you take 7 million. 10%, I mean, you get 7 million. You see how we're operating with the people? That's how we're operating with them. We are crying for the economy. Now, when these people are allowed to do business, to buy cement from importers here, why are you giving duty free and import RPD to Western Cluster to import their own cement in the country? Why are you giving RPD to B Mountain to import their own cement in the country? Why are you giving concessionaires RPDs? Because they want to get kickbacks. Mr. President, the issues are available. You know the issues. The issues are available. Government know the issue. The president you need for the 5 days to go assess the issue. The Ministry of Commerce has a department called the Department of Price, Marketing, and Analysis. Price, Marketing, and Analysis. The Department of Commerce has a department called Small Business. The Ministry of Commerce has a Department of Trade. Then they have a Department of Commerce. So everything we need to know in this country about business, of doing business in Liberia, and price, and marketing, and analysis, the Ministry of Commerce has the capacity. That's the responsibility. The economic aspect of it has to do with the Ministry of Finance. They are available. They have a whole Department of Economic Management at the Ministry of Finance. We have a Department of Economic Management at the Ministry of Finance. Then we have different departments: Department of Trade, Department of Commerce, Department of Industry, Department of Small Business, and then we have the Department of Price, Marketing, and Analysis. All these departments are their infrastructures existing infrastructures, people are there working, staffs are there working, they are being paid. What the hell are they doing there? The president is constituting a so-called high-level presidential committee to investigate why prices are not aligned with the growth rate that Liberia is reporting. Why do we need a committee when we are paying people to work in these different departments? So the fact that the president is appointing the vice president to spearhead or to chair a high-level presidential committee to go and investigate why our prices of basic commodities are not aligned with the growth rates that are being reported in our country, it means it renders the Ministry of Finance irrelevant. It renders the Ministry of Commerce useless. It renders the NRA just weak. It renders the entire system uncoordinated. That's what it does. It renders the system uncoordinated. One group is useless. One group is inept that doesn't know what it's supposed to do. If I were the Minister of Commerce today, right after the 26th, I will be tendering in my letter of resignation to the president. That is a failure. That is a red mark for the president to say, we don't know why our prices of basic commodities do not align or are not aligning with the growth rates that are being reported. The president saying we don't know. So we want to investigate why our prices of basic commodities are not aligning with the growth rates that are being reported. But the president is supposed to know. It is supposed to be in his speech. So what the Ministry of Commerce report to you, Mr. President? What the finance report to you? How come we're reporting growth and prices are not aligned? And you didn't solve that problem ever since before going to present a speech? Mr. President, that decision, look, you were supposed to be suspending the Minister of Finance, suspending the Minister of Commerce after the investigation. Based on the findings from the investigation, I think they're supposed to be changed. The orator told you something. I'm about to play some recordings for him. This is exactly what the orator was telling you. Don't suspend, fire. Let's be frank. I'm a student of business. Why should we have a Ministry of Commerce that has a Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry, a Deputy Minister for Commerce, a Deputy Minister for Small Business, a department for price marketing and analysis? Now, the Deputy Minister for Commerce, and they have an assistant minister. The Deputy Minister for Trade, there's an assistant minister. Deputy Minister for Industry, there's an assistant minister. And then a Deputy Minister for, I think, Deputy Minister or Assistant Minister for Small Business. And they have a department for trade, for price marketing and analysis. I think Steve Flampe used to be at that department, or more popular person, I think. Now, these are 6 different sessions in the Ministry of Commerce that are squarely responsible to address some of these issues, especially the Department of Trade, the Department of Industry, the Department of Trade, the Department of Commerce, and the Department of Small Business, plus the Department of Price Marketing and Analysis. What are they saying? They are supposed to be able to answer these questions. That's their responsibility. That is their responsibility to answer this question, Mr. President. The Ministry of Finance is supposed to be able to review, analyze these growth rates and match them to current reality to know whether they think in World Bank, because World Bank is not manufacturing figures. The IMF is not manufacturing figures. The African Development Bank is not a manufacturing figure. So they have economic analysts in this country. They're working with them. They are working along with the government of the Ministry of Finance. It means this information, this data, all these data are being manufactured by the government to project that, oh, Mr. President, you're doing well. But the projections that are speaking to progress, that Liberia, that our economy is making progress. Imagine you putting 4.6% growth rate in your economy. and people do not have purchasing power. And things prices have increased over 45 to 50%. In some cases, 12.46 around that percent. The price is increasing. Imagine we're experiencing growth rate. That's what we are reporting and celebrating. So while we are running in the lasting growth rate, the prices of basic commodities are not aligned with those growth rates that are being reported. I mean, something is happening somewhere that the Ministry of Finance has to answer a question. And he can't be Minister of Finance and be investigated. Because Jeremiah committee will have to call GAFAN to come and sit at the table and answer questions. Mr. Minister, what is going on? Tell us. So this is an investigation that Kun is going to carry out against GAFAN, and that other one called Madani Dagose, sitting at Ministry of Commerce. Clueless woman, has no knowledge about what she's supposed to what the Ministry of Commerce is. He tell her, he mail her Minister of Commerce because she's your friend or your old friend. How do we run government like this? And you expect results? Steve Marvey was appointed as Minister of Commerce. Said that his appointment was necessary because he understands that terrain. Why should I hear it is Steve Marvey, a many deputy minister, honor a clueless mother in Dagose? What kind of pairing is that? How do you pair professional people? Because it's political appointment. It depends who the president knows. That man is supposed to be heading that ministry and minister of purpose. And you bring people of the class. You have people in that ministry, technicians in that ministry who've been there for decades. They understand that place. They know what they're supposed to do. They just need the political backing to run that ministry. And the president will not be going to Independence Day celebration and start telling people and appointing Jeremiah Kun to go investigate why I say that Liberia is reporting growth rate in our economy and the prices are not aligned with the growth rates that are being reported. That's an own goal. You allow the president to score an own goal. Fire them. Dismiss them. They are useless. They are useless. If you are sitting here, if I'm sitting here, same time calls my man, you gotta go do that, you gotta go do the show. I'm sitting here as a host of the show, right? Same time management can say, my man, we'll bring you a new host, you will be the co-host. You know what that means? You know what that means? That's the case. You have a finance minister that has supervision over the fiscal management of our country. You have a central bank governor that has authority, supervision over the monetary space of our country. You have the Liberia Revenue Authority that has supervision over our revenue capacity. He is supposed to know our revenue potential. He is supposed to understand our growth strength and understand the different projections. Because our revenue here, all of our revenue streams that are supposed to project growth. Because those people, the marketplaces, the market is a key player, is a partner, is a stakeholder in what we do in our economy. So if people are not buying, people will not eat. If people are not selling, people will not buy. Trade and commerce. And we say it and say we are appointing Jeremiah Kun. Mr. President, that decision is childish. For me, it doesn't make sense. I don't agree with that decision. I will say that to you. That decision is not the solution. The solution, Mr. President, you should have called your Minister of Commerce people. You should have called your Minister of Commerce with all technicians. Call the Minister of Finance. Call the Central Bank. Call the LRA people. Just sit down. Call the stakeholders. The shippers. The importers. Let's know what the issues are. Because if the issue, which are not, the issue is about price. The taxi driver tells you we're buying gas for $7.90, $7.80, $7.99. For a gallon or $7.20. Now we're buying gas we're buying 1 gallon of gas for $7.90, $7.80. So obviously, chief, I have to increase my transportation fare. Mr. Praga, that is the reason why transportation fare is on the increase. Now, the second question, why are they selling gas $7.80? Go to the importers. I mean the pump price. Go to the gas stations. Ask them, why are you selling gas $7.80? The man say, Mr. President, because we're buying the gas $740. So I said we're looking for $40 profit too. So buying $740 a year. You're looking for $40 profit a year on 1 gallon. Okay. Let's go to the importers. Importers, why are you guys who are supplying these people? Why are you guys selling a gallon for $740? The importer say, Mr. President, the issue here is the rats initially were paying $1,000 on transportation to get our goods to Monrovia. We're paying $50 for storage. Now, storage has increased to $100. What do you expect us to do, Mr. President? So we have to pull our profit to make profit. We're doing business to make profit. Hence, the increment of the pump, a gallon of gas to the suppliers. What do? Do we look into FPRC and see how we can sit down and negotiate reducing tariff in FPRC for storage? Can we reduce storage? The tariff on storage in FPRC. Can we negotiate with the different ports, with the port of Freetown or the port of Abidjan or Togo, and see how we can allow them to hold some of these vessels at a lower cost? Is it possible we transport by road, which will be less expensive? What does it require to transport some of the fuel by road? Is it a safer thing to do? Let's have these conversations. In other countries, but you use the tankers and transport fuels. They got good roads. So long distances. That don't require or sea transport. Because sea transport is expensive. Can we look at road transport? Do we have the roads in our country? The answer is no. What do we do? Oh, Mr. President, when the vessel berth at APN when the vessel berth at the port, what happened is, we have a small capacity at the port, so most of the vessels, they take long to offload and all of that, and you have they incur, once they pass 20 days or 30 days, they incur additional charges and all of that. What can we do? Can we reduce the APN terminal? Can we reduce the charges? Can we cut the charges off totally? These are the conversations. Because if the charges are being increased by the APN terminal, just increased or charges again on continuous storing something again. The second issue at that port there that you could look at, which can find all there was still good. Today I attended a panel discussion on the invitation of the Moroccan embassy. It was a panel discussion about the South-South partnership thing and all of that, and how Morocco can leverage their relationship with Morocco and to enhance, economic cooperation and all of that. So, Sekou Doumbouya was asked a couple of questions, but one question he was asked about the capacity of the port to absorb, more vessels, bigger ones too, and also how can we leverage our relationship with Morocco and other countries, that can expand our Burkina port to serve as an alternative for landlocked country like Burkina Faso, right? Yeah, other places, Mali. And he laughed. And something he said sounded stupid to me. Sorry for the uses of the word stupid, but it didn't make sense to me. He said they're working on it. In 2025, they're working on the thing in that direction. What is your thought? We want to know your thought. If you're thinking in that direction, what is the thought? What are the thoughts? Nothing. Nothing at all. But we just need renegotiated contracts at the port. And they're refusing to even show the contract to us that were renegotiated. The truckers got an issue. The shippers have the issue. The custom brokers have the issues. Everything is about tariff and charges and charges and charges. Can we sit down and synchronize these charges and place them into a category and to make business easy, to make trade easy, to make people more attractive to our commerce? Can we do that? Yes, we can do it. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Is it workable? Yes, it is workable. It is doable. Do we have the political will to do that? No, it's lacking. What do we need? We know the problems. We know the solution. What do we need to enforce it? We need political will. Mr. Joseph Yima Braka, President of the Republic of Liberia, we only need political will with the right people in the right position, not useless people that say go do and sitting at National Port Authority and raking that place. We don't need people that Madeleine Dagosa and sitting to the Ministry of Commerce who does not have any idea of what is the meaning of commerce. We don't need those people. We need real technicians to occupy key positions in government ministries and agencies that will get the protection and backing of the president. The president's protection is benefiting the wrong people in power. Mr. President, you have to listen. The wrong people are enjoying your political protection. The right people are not enjoying your political protection, so they cannot do what is right. And they will never do what is right because they are not enjoying your political protection. The political will that is required of a president to ensure that the right things are done should be given on the plan to the right people. When the wrong people are in power, they say go to them, remove them, suspend them, dismiss them, and prosecute them because they are the wrong people. It's simple to do if you muster the political will. Let's take few except from our orator. Then I'll come back to kind of give one or two winners. The orator spoke very well. These three, where is it? Okay, let me play this is the second. Let me play this. This is the orator. I will conclude on this.
But before we proceed, allow me to pause and offer our collective heartfelt congratulations to you, Mr. President, on Liberia's historic election to the United Nations Security Council. This, indeed, is a profound testament to your steady leadership and your unwavering commitment to positioning Liberia as a responsible and respected voice on the global stage.
Thank you. Let's go to the second one. Let's go to the next one. Number 3. Let's go. This. All right.
Moises Caicedo has still deeply embedded in our institutions. And it will take more than policy to uproot it. It will take more courage and political will from the highest office to the lowest. To the Honorable Speaker and the Honorable President Pro Tem and Her Honor, the fight against corruption is yours as well, and not just the President.
It will take what? Political will.
The children are singing, and they're saying, Mr. President, unemployment remains dangerously high. We cannot afford to let our people drift into despair, or worse, drift into the hands of those who could possibly exploit their frustration. The people are singing, and they're saying economic inequities is widening.
Okay.
Too many of our people go to bed hungry while a few grow rich by the minute. We must reimagine a Liberia where opportunity is not reserved for the connected, but for those who are committed.
Okay.
So people are singing, and they're saying that gender inequality continues to rob our nation of its full potential. Women still face systemic barriers.
Yeah, just
From unequal pay to unsafe public spaces. We must do more to protect them, empower them, and include them. The people are singing.
people are
And
singing.
they're saying that while education has seen some improvement, improvement is not enough. We must push for transformation. The people are saying, Mr. President, like you who walk miles to go to school, children are still walking miles to go to school. They need transformation. The children are singing, and they're saying drug abuse is silently destroying the future of Liberia's youth. Relating to crime, unemployment, and hopelessness. We must act before it is too late. The drug situation.
Wakana is acting at the time it is late. 1 year, 6 months, we started alarming about these indicators to the president. Gafana, Madeline Tagosepa, she's already a mess. Sekou Doumbouya is already a criminal. So now he wants to address the issue and using his vice president to go now and go ask. So where is the vice president going? The vice president is going to the same Gafana to ask him what's the problem. He's going to Madeline Dagose to ask her what is the problem. He's going to Double Jala to ask what's the problem. He's calling Sekou Doumbouya to ask what's the problem. Now, if these people actually know the problem or if they actually knew the problem prior to your address and you didn't have access to the problem to include in your speech, Mr. President, what the hell are they doing in the job? They should not be there. They should not be there. This is a 45 days to go and ask for Liberia's economic problems as the reason why our prices and all of that are not aligned with the growth of our growth rate. It's a waste of our precious time. And the president, if I were him, I would be telling him to dissolve the entire committee, that so-called high-level presidential committee, to investigate and call these 4 buckers from the Ministry of Finance, from the Ministry of Commerce, from the National Port Authority, from the Central Bank of Liberia, from the LRA, and place them in one room. Let them tell you the problem there and find a practical solution to this problem. Gafana has spoken on multiple occasions about a solution. The LRA boss has said the same thing. Whenever you send them to find a solution, they use that means to steal and negotiate deals on their behalf. The case with Amin Moda and the very Double Jala, who is not supposed to be in that job because he himself, his hands were caught in the cookies jar. What did Joe Burger do? Joe Burger took him and celebrated him as an anti-corruption hero. Let's listen to. Let's go back. Let's listen to the tail. All the things he's saying, we say all these things, so we'll not play all to the end. Let's listen to this one, which is going to take us to the telephone lounge and also paying you some money to go home. Listen to this, the tail one.
With people of competence and conscience.
So this is what I was just saying. He's still the president. Keep people around him with competence and conscience. Not people that Sekou Doumbouya who steal without any conscience that he is stealing and he wears arrogance. Nothing on him, on Sekou Doumbouya, that he owns by himself. Even the brief he wears is a stolen government money. And those are the people who will walk in the street, opening their arms and acting arrogant like they're rich, they got money, they got everything, when they're leeching and hinting on government. Stolen resources. In Liberia, one of the big boys and big girls are the thieves, the public thieves in our country. Our big boys and big girls in Liberia are the public thieves. People who are nobody, who became somebody on government, leeching on government's resources, are one of the big boss in the country. The other countries are celebrating entrepreneurs, expanding their corporate sector, their private sector, and building a strong and reliable middle class that Ghana is doing right here. In our country, we're celebrating corporate thieves and public thieves, and we call them big boss and big girls. It's a mess. And we expected that Joe Biden would come to change the narrative. We, in the sense of Liberians who elected him, because you know that I did not support Baka. I did not think, I did not know Baka was going to come here to change any system. That's why I told you Baka does not have any capacity to change the system. Because I knew he was not going to change any system.
Like Esther in the biblical narrative, that you have come, the next generation. Fire and don't suspend. Enforce the laws and surround yourself with people of competence and conscience. Who knows that, like Esther in the biblical narrative, that you have come to this royal position for such a time as this. Uncle Joe, tomorrow is not promised to you.
It's not promised, Joe Baka.
A second term is not guaranteed.
It's not guaranteed.
Act now. Clean up this mess now. Do it for yourself. But do it for the thousands who stood in the rain to vote for you. Do it for Mayama, who is here with us this morning. Do it for little John, who walked 2 miles this morning to fetch water for his family. Do it for Mazo, who died in childbirth this morning for the lack of proper medical care. Do it.
Okay. So now, if Mr. President does not do anything, take any significant action to address these complicated issues that have really technical solutions, then for us, I think it's going to be the worst and the most disgraceful thing to have ever happened in this country. You know why? And so some of my friends have had issues with me. And I know some of you in the audience have been having the same issue. For me, I always say I've been around for long. My age may be small, but I've been around for long because I've been actively involved into politics and the governance of the country since 2005. At the time, I was not even of voting age. I started interacting with top brass, knowing people who are, most of them now, they're in high places in government. Then they were in government, maybe at the middle level, or at the senior level in political party activities and all of that. So I know most of them. I've seen people, I've been with people, I've interacted with people. Then I know how leaders are cornered. I know how the systems are built in this country. The system, I'm aware how the system is built to corner a president in a bracket that will make him to hear what the people around him want him to hear. I'm aware of that. I'm aware. We came here, we said repeatedly how Joe Baka used to listen to radio, including us. He stopped listening to us. They stopped him from listening to us. They want him to hear what they want him to hear. They want him to read what they want him to read. They don't want him to know that Sekou Double is corrupt and stealing, and that he and Channy Man talking to code and all of that. That a renowned lawyer, that Johnny Momo, a friend will write the police. They don't want Baka to hear that because Baka was dismissed Sekou Double the same day. So Joseph Baka, who is Sekou friend, they say Katumu Baka that he play man. I don't play man, go man, I don't know what man. But someone man, I know they say they are the ones. So they will not, they don't want the president to know that Mayor Sekou Double is in a mess. They don't want him to know. So they built a system that, hey, these are people that are supposed to have access to the president in the mansion. They put them on schedule. They go there, say, come on, go come on. The president is busy. The president is not available. The person never gets to see the president. The person gets tired. They do the same at the house. The same bureaucracy is at the house. So these national events where orators are invited to speak, these are events that are necessary, so significant for the president to hear the realities in the country. And the orator, I must commend him. He spelled it very well. The real issues that are confronting the ordinary people that we have been talking or speaking about here, that they were preventing Joe Biden from hearing. Joe Biden now has the opportunity. Joe Biden now has everything it takes before him, because he was seated, and everything that the different radio stations and newspapers were publishing and talk show hosts were discussing, and opposition political people and even ruling party people who were discussing behind the scene, everything was summarized in that speech or that oration to the president, right in his face. Let's see what he does. Let's see. 0776 104 104 0886 104 086 500 104 are the numbers to call to join the show. So we take call 0886 500 104 104 0776 104 104. Those are the numbers to call and be a part of the show. Let's take our first caller from this line while we try to do a joy for a window. Good evening to you. And they take call now. The number. I don't know if people can be. Hello.
Hello.
Go ahead. You're live on Freedom Hard Talk. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Welcome, Mr. Kawa. Thank you for your talking point. And me, a kid, for Johnny, for the on this system, you know, the kid already the president of it. But why the president would do anything now? To get Jeremiah Fu for the party to make everything to be different, but not issues for them to solve your problem. Responsibility they give it to him for. Why would make you here? Look at help to you to get that. So why is the president? So that issue was all of them. So the past 10 years out, we'll see how the law will have power after Kawa.
Thank you. Joseph Boga will not do anything. He believes that Joe Boga will not do anything. I believe that Mr. Boga still has the chance to do some things, but I know he can do anything significant right now because he's destroyed the system from the start, from the get-go. Hello. Good evening to you. Oh, what kind of man is it? The man won $4,000 trying to call him or her. I know the person scared, thinking that mistake. They're not mistake. You want that money, so we are calling you to confirm. Hello. I mean, that money on your phone, they're not mistake. You play the cash giveaway. That's why we're calling you to confirm. I don't know what's happening with this phone. The phone will ring. Apparently, the problem is from our phone. Let me not be too fast to accuse the person. Let me try from here and see something. 0555 065281. This is the number that I want. Let me try from my end and see whether the phone problem from this phone. Let me try from here and see whether the problem is from this phone. And see. Okay, it's ringing. I will take your calls quickly. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Okay, this is Friday T calling from Dixville.
Dixville, go ahead.
Okay, you have said it all. You know, sometimes when we in our community trying to talk about their failure, they don't understand it. But so long, I mean, as the president just said it, that things are getting hard. There's no way now they are very speechless. And you people have been seeing it from the beginning. Look, it is not easy. The 26 will tell you. But some of them, when you're talking, they go in the street. Oh, the 26, what is our park? They just go on one line and block the road, so how the road now people congested. If you blast, you just bring one little line for vehicle. How you expect for the commuter to pass? But I mean, just what you're telling them, you're teaching them. I mean, the people are afraid that they are no more. And what all the teaching is doing tonight, I listen to you, I get them fed. Then are you supposed to get them the way of things? I know that you're doing it just because of this reason, or you're doing it for the Liberian people.
Yeah, the people have to be aware. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, things are better. You know. Thank you.
Okay, my brother. Thank you. Let me let you go. This program is being relayed. I forgot to announce in Grand Crew, so the entire Southeast. Hello, good evening to you. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I'm Idrissa somebody. Yeah.
Go ahead, Idrissa.
Listen, imagine a leader who has zero logic or even reason to even uplift something and get to another thing the man pushing the whole case now. Jeremiah Kuna to take the initiative to settle the country economic affairs. So you may see that in your position again. So I think this president now bunch of unsophisticated, they have no issue, no solving problem they have. But when it comes and vomit out life to the Nigerian people, because you know we have people who have some weak-headed mind and low mentality, they will be carried away by the yesterday, the deceptive nature. So it's sad.
It's sad, my brother. It's sad. Thank you. Let's take the next person. Go ahead.
Hello?
You laugh.
I'm calling. My name is Matt Daddy. I'm calling from number 1 district, Grand Bassa County.
Grand Bassa, let's hear your point.
You know, the paper, I want for a sensible paper. The last time the message in Oka, the tower you were PP.
Yeah.
You were Oka in the Kara. So now you put in Jeremiah in for all the things that they promise what you do for us. You put Jeremiah in for now the brother over 2 and what they come in bed and 2 and no way Jeremiah will die. You say, Oka, enough for no please account anybody. 2 of them, I didn't want to do the thing.
Before Jeremiah could come last 2029 and say he was an Oka or he was. That's one.
That's what I do the brother.
Yeah, so Kumana, any reason to lie in 2029 that he was just a vice president?
so that we can add here.
Thank you. Let's hear the next person. Go ahead.
Thank you. Austin, good evening to you.
Usinkia, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Austin. I call from Brazil. Sorry for the low quality. I'm not hearing well, but I'm a bit constrained to call. So, thank you for the analysis. I listened to the different analysis and the different analogies you made. Very excellent. So, for me, I think it was a very good step by the president to have appointed the vice president to head that team that will go and come up with...
Justify, why was it a good decision?
Yeah, fine. So, the vice president comes from a business background.
Okay, so let me hold you right there. One where? The second one?
The second one, no government official will be on that committee. They're going to take private partners, those who in the private sector, right? Business that
to solve public problem, right?
No, but Austin, take for example.
Okay, listen. The two issues, the 2 points that justify why the president was right is that one is that the vice president
he has a business background.
The second issue is no government official will be on the committee, so it will comprise people from the private sector. So, Hussein, do you know the role of the economic advisor to the president?
Yes.
Do you also know the role of the Minister of Finance? Do you also consider the role of the Minister of Commerce?
Yes, of course.
Are you also considering the role of the central bank governor?
Yes.
Are you also considering the role of the Liberia Revenue Authority? Are you suggesting tonight that all these institutions, all these infrastructures that are established by the government, they are all useless or don't know what they're doing, or they do not have solution to the problem? So that Jeremiah Kun will not even go to school good. Jeremiah Kun will not go to school good. He got no technical knowledge, nothing. Empty-headed human being will make vice president. And Jeremiah Kun come and solve Liberia's economic problem. We're talking price here. We're talking marketing here. We're talking analysis here. We're talking economic issues. You bring a dumb-headed man that Jeremiah Kun to come and talk price, marketing, and analysis and economic data issue to come talk economic growth. And you think when you say business is just about trade? The president is clear that, hey, the prices are high in this country, but Liberia is reporting growth in our economy. That is a technical issue that does not require a Jeremiah Kun to come and find solution to. What kind of country, what kind of people do we have here? Who's in what's happening to you? What's happening to you, my man? The other day, I asked you, which school, which university you're going to? The second question I asked you, what were you reading at the university? Because at times, you see, it's okay, man. I have to go home. But this idea about defending Massa is useless. It has killed the integrity of our governance system in this country. And it is still killing the integrity and the prestige of our governance in this country. Because we see things that are not making. Look at what I said today. I'm not on the radio criticizing Joe Biden or criticizing the government. We are providing solution. We are providing critical view about Mr. Biden. You come here again and can bring party sentiment. And talking about, it's because Jeremiah Kun, it will include no government official. Jeremiah Kun is not government official. Let's be realistic here, folks. We have the Minister of Finance. We have the Minister of Commerce or the Ministry of Commerce. That's not personalizing. We have the Ministry of Commerce, the Ministry of Finance, the LRA, the Central Bank of Liberia. These are all technical institutions established. These are technical government infrastructures that have technicians that know these issues, that understand these issues, that have solution to this issue. They're just sitting and waiting for political will to take decision. And every decision is being made in the executive mansion, influencing and affecting the work of some of these technicians in government. And you come back and talk about Jeremiah Kun and business people in the private sector. Look, let me tell you something. You know what Donald Trump is experiencing, what he's experiencing today? Because you bring business people around you, they got one mindset to maximize profit. Every service they render, they want to maximize profit. And profit maximization is always driven by personal interest, personal gain. How you want to educate you now, inform you? Profit maximization is always driven by personal interest, personal gain. You wait a minute, my friend, the president. You give me responsibility. I can use the responsibility to call tea or to promote my interest or to promote my business, blah, 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 blah. It's always driven by that. It's not going to help. It's not going to be a solution. You go for all the importers in the industry. Their mindset are made up on profiteering. What kind of solution you think they come and give to Baka? What kind of solution they come and give Baka? They're going down on that individual interest that will promote their business, to expand their business interest. It will never be, the conversation will never be about putting monies in the pockets of the people to go and have the power to purchase or to buy goods in the market. It will not be about them. It will be about their corporations. And you can't talk about Jeremiah Kun here. He been in the private sector and business. Jeremiah Kun was in business. He was never a successful businessman. We counting 1,000 successful businessmen in the country. Jeremiah Kun will not be among them. What kind of business he was in that he was successful about? You know what we know about Jeremiah Kun here? You can't talk about business. We're talking real issue. You can't talk about Jeremiah Kun was a business. What kind of business he was doing? To go take loan from the bank and go and pay one hotel in Canada, and after 2 months he sell it to Floor Thomas and passing out to everybody to think that, oh, he's a businessman. What kind of business he was doing? You don't waste more time, man. Let me take 2 more calls for the diaspora. We'll go home. Hello.
Hello.
How are you, my brother? Go ahead.
Austin, how are you? How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, I was just prompted to call. I was listening to the program. But each time they our vibrator from Kitman when he call,
yeah, man.
I don't know what kind of argument he wants to put up. When people are out of ideas.
That man, sorry to interrupt you. Yeah, let me just. That man is not a environment from Kidman. That man is a environment from somewhere else.
I'm telling you, man. For people they say the vibe people move let me speak vibe. It's from Kidman. But instant person come with arguments on the radio. From Kidman. Because the government has gone out of idea. Look, let me tell you, Austin. The old man is gone out of idea. The old man is now thinking, what's happening? That, he thinking he working. Instead of the country moving forward, the country is retrogressing.
Yeah. And the people are complaining.
So he's really thinking in his mind, yeah, what's happening? So you see, the old man is confused, trying to look for solutions. Some of the solution is to call Jeremiah Kun, who he himself is his education guy then only.
And he's part of the problem.
And make him chairman. Yeah, it is also part
he's
of
part
the problem.
He's going to solve the problem that you, Jeremiah Kun, you
The
are
man is
part
also
of.
importing his own stuff.
Yeah.
He make Jeremiah Kun and make him chairman. So if he make Jeremiah Kun chairman and for goods and services that are coming into the country, what the commerce minister doing there? What the finance minister doing there? What the bank governor doing there?
No.
What LRA boss doing there?
Yeah. They want to open our mouth to
the economic advisor to him, what is he doing? there.
The government has a
It
whole
means that these
economic
guys
man.
are
The
silent.
government has a whole economic management team sitting in the Ministry of Finance.
Team.
You say that Jeremiah should go
Then
find
you
solution.
come with the kind of challenge a committee. It means that you go on other ideas, you go on other solutions. And that's the reason why we are saying to this president, Mr. Bouaka, you are all enough. You are our father, you are grandfather for children in Liberia.
Sure.
You are great-grandfather for children in Liberia. We're telling you, Mr. Bouaka, it is about time to reconcile, true reconciliation with your predecessors. Madam Eddie Joseph Salif, Mr. George Weah, his ancestor George Manor Weah. True reconciliation. Leave this mayhem. Start hunting people. Bring them. Until the Jeremiah election is finished, 1 year and a half is gone. We need this country to move forward. Without your support, without your input, we are nowhere. Show us the way. Help us. We may have some of the solution, but we know you were there first. You started it. Let's see how we can walk behind you. It's not to give them credibility, but just acknowledging that these people work. They got a simple saying in our dialect. They said that on the old mic, yesterday, I the new one. Joseph Boakai, you're not saying now Vice President Maro. You said it now on presidential mic. That new mic you say now. So you got to sit down on the old one. And you must sit down on Eddie Johnson, and you must sit down on Josh Weah, who passed that stage before you apply a good man. Otherwise, you will fail. And if you fail, our country fail.
Sure.
And that's the reason why you're running all around with 500 million. 500 million that you don't even have an idea of.
Okay, my brother. Let's let you go. Yeah. I mean, so that's it. I mean, those are the issues. Nobody's coming here to bring it. Look, I will tell you, we'll keep our conversation to the policy issues. The issues that we are aware of, the issues that we have solutions to, that we know what the solutions are, that we can suggest to you, or we criticize the actions about them in solving some of the problems and all of that. That is the issue. Don't come here and can't lecture me about Jeremiah Kun having capacity to solve Liberia's economic problem. Don't lecture me that. And I will not allow you to lecture my audience that. He doesn't have any capacity to solve Liberia's economic problem. The people who know what the problems are that are causing the prices of basic commodities on the market to be high when our country is reporting economic growth, the people who know the problem, they are here, they are in government. The Ministry of Commerce is there. I keep telling you, Department of Price Marketing Analysis, small business, Department of Commerce, Department of Trade, they know the problem. The Ministry of Finance has an economic management team sitting down there. The Minister of Finance knows the problem. There is a deputy minister down there for economic policy or something. He's there. We have the technicians. They know the problems. You have the central bank is here. The NRA is here. You giving you 45 days to find problems. 45 days to find problem. A problem that almost everybody who's been around governance for the last 5 years will know. And you have people in the country that were in government before. Former finance minister is currently the finance minister. Former budget director is currently the finance minister. Former World Bank head in Uganda is currently the finance minister. And you're putting a rack there, Jeremiah Kun, to go and find Liberia's problem. What can you find? You know it. Look at Gafan's experience in his position. He's best suited to identify the problem. The central bank governor is a former president for a commercial bank. Abi Double Jala used to head the PPCC. We have procurement bureaucracies in the country that are also affecting prices. Because when people goods are delayed because of PPCC process, obviously they will come back, they will pay storage. When they pay storage or additional costs, they will add it on the goods. So PPCC should be a party to this matter. He knows the experience of PPCC. He knows the impact that the PPCC procurement bureaucracies have on trade. He knows, he's aware. Now he's at the LRA. So he's supposed to know the problem. He's in the driver's seat. They all heads of entity. You leave these people and go for a dummy that Jeremiah can say can't identify laborious problem, and somebody will lecture me about Jeremiah can be a businessman and coming to here. Jeremiah is part of the problems in this country. The man is not paying tax. The man is not paying duty on all his trucks in bringing the country. This man goes to Togo, goes to China, and say import trucks in the country. He drives the truck from Guinea straight to Lamar. He pays taxes in Guinea. Togo, Guinea. He brings the trucks to the Ghana border and put them inland and drive those trucks straight into Monrovia. Nobody questioning him. He does not pay a rag. He does not pay a cent on duty. The LRA folks are aware. You call that kind of crap to go and solve Liberia's economic problem? Somebody who bring all his trucks in the country and not paying duty free? You have a deputy speaker who is doing the same thing along with him. He bringing his trucks in the country and paying no duty on their trucks. They bring their goods in the country. They pay no duties on their goods. They pass to the different posts of the post of interest and do not pay any money to the LRA. You're saying, telling me they're supposed to go find a solution to Liberia's problem. How can those people be the people that find that they are supposed to find a solution to Liberia's problem when they are the problems that need solution? And you send them to find a solution? Just start joking with this country, eh? You think everybody's stupid? Just joking. You guys are being serious. That you're not ready for leadership. You're not ready for governance. And I like the way the orator put it. Hey, Mr. Braga, we don't want any suspension right now. Dismiss, fire people. If you yourself, you're not ready to lead, step aside. Walk away from our presidency. You're not forced to be president. You're not the most sophisticated person amongst all of those who even contested the presidency. You are one of the least educated persons that contested the presidency. And that's a fact. Take 2 more calls and go home. Hello.
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 How are you, sir? How are you?
I'm fine. Please go ahead.
I'm Mother Princess Arajoni. Yeah, I've been playing the Labrador show. Are you getting me?
Yeah, I listened to you talk about civil political things discussing now.
Yeah, I said I've been playing the Labrador when you can I've been playing it. The $50, the $100.
So let's go straight to the real issue now.
Yeah, I've been playing, but since then I haven't heard anything. They say when you play 3 times, you play 2 times.
I'll save your number. The management will address our issue here because I want a management issue. Yeah. Hello. Now, but the people here calling, they say they win you. The other person won. Call the person, the person not even picking their call. Yeah.
So actually, on the two of those, I've been following things, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, to us in the West Africa or you guys, but having said that, thank you for the program. To be fair, I actually like the way you share with that you see, you guys were to research hard in the night, in the morning, or if you come back and share the lab people actually on phone. Then somebody will just come put someone at in a particular garden. They can't work that way. No way. You understand? So continue to get this one, and we're always sending other guys for other systems. I mean, this guy should be allowing people, especially if you allow this guy, to actually to start to damage your study and watching your research. It's not good. So if you just put money in your phone, just waiting. As soon as the opposition station is ready to come on that program, you just go and just call and just get on a lot of things. Information. Great information. So, thank you, brother. I'll talk on you.
Okay. You're welcome. Yeah, we just have to go, man.
They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so they say they want new press, so we gave them the new press, so give us 7 now, take it big. They step in us every day. We not talk every day, but stay. They won't go killing us every day. Who can we save us now?
Okay, folks, we have to go home. Thanks to our team from the Voice of Sastan 95.5 for relaying this broadcast. We hope to continue the partnership as we move into history.
They say they want new press, so we gave them the new press.
And thanks to all of you who normally relay the show that we don't know. The voice of Sasta have been doing that, but they finally reached out to us to let us know that, oh, yeah. So, yes, it is one of our partner stations. We're trying to form partnership with more radio stations in the different countries, to expand the platform and increase the audience. People need to know what's happening in the country in a respectful manner, in a civilized manner. Thanks to all of you for listening. Thanks to all of you for viewing the show. Thanks to those of you who call in. Congratulations to all of you who are having exchanges on our Facebook Live.
What people that will vote us.
We shall be back here tomorrow by God's grace. But until then, do have yourselves pleasant moments in your respective areas. Bye-bye.
You came my mind, I will vote for you. You go to school, I will stay vote for you. Poor people, let we pull it in the day.